สวัสดีค่ะ Welcome to Be My Guest and you're with me สดชื่นลิมเกรียงไกร In today's episode, we will be looking about the BIFF BIL 2017 curated forum, which was held last month. What are the ideas and concepts behind it? Let's find out with our guest today. In today's episode, we are joined by Assistant Professor Dr. Anothai Cholachat Pinyo, Lecturer of the Department of Textile Science Faculty of Agro-Industry เกษตรศาสตร์ University สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีครับ
Welcome to the program. So first of all, let me ask you about the Trend Forum at the BIFF BIL 2017. Can you tell us a little bit more about the background of this forum?
Right. Thank you for inviting us today. And the Trend Forum is a part of the BIFF BIL, Bangkok International Fashion Fair and Bangkok International Leather Goods Fair.
I see.
And this BIFF BIL, we propose to be the leader of the Asian, the leader in fashion, the leader in textile material suppliers. So we have to create something new. We have to create something as a trend leader. That's why we create Trend Forum.
I see. So can you give us an idea about the concept or the idea behind the forum this year, please?
Yes, every year we have to present ourselves as the leader.
Yes.
So this year we bring in the textile and leather goods and as well as the print technique and bringing together a group of together as a trend prediction. So for this year we want to say that Asia is the leadership. Asia is the center of everything. So we call Asia expression.
I see. So does that mean that is it only for the Thai companies or is there also other companies in the Asian countries as well?
No, we just bringing in the Thai companies.
I see.
But not only the textile, but it mean leather goods as well and exotic leather as well, together with some print technique and some fabric design.
I see. So what is the objective of this forum? What is the purpose of it?
The purpose is to present the fair as we are the leader in Asia. We produce very good quality, very fashionable material supplied throughout the world. So we have to be unique. We have to be independent from European trend.
Of course.
So we have to create our own trend.
I see. So who is your target audience for this forum?
We separate into target audience. The first one is the buyers from the international that come to the BIFF BIL.
I see.
And the second one is the entrepreneurs within the country. So the idea is we have to use our trend in order to present ourselves together, to be strong together.
I see. So how is this year different from the other years, apart from trying to portray ourselves as the leader of, the fashion industry in Asia? Is there any other things or themes or ideas that you incorporated into the forum that makes it different?
Right. This year we separate attitude of on consumer into 4 attitudes.
Okay.
And each attitudes are the base of trend, are the base of consumer behavior. For example, like retro people who think about conservative, who think about the past, who think about nostalgia story. So we predict this trend in one group.
Is it like a vintage type of
vintage.
trend?
Yeah, vintage. Yes, correct. And the opposite of the vintage style is the modern style, progressive style. So these people they think about something futuristic, something in the future. And the other group of the people is natural. So they think of being part of the nature. They want to be a little thing in the nature. They love nature and they want to preserve nature. The opposite of this group is the group that they love outgoing. They want to travel. They want to learn outside the world of being themselves.
I
So they
see.
love other culture as well.
I see. So it's divided into four, and each one caters to a different lifestyle,
Yes,
basically.
yes,
So
correct.
you've mentioned earlier that this is part of the Biff and Bill.
Yes.
So when let's say an attendant went to the Biff and Bill and they're interested in to see the trends maybe in the
Yes.
future, they just go to this area, the forum. So apart from what they can see, maybe the trends, what else can they expect from this forum?
Right. They can see the color scheme. First of all, they see the color scheme and they see the story behind the color scheme.
I
So they
see.
learn how to know that what the movement of the Asian lifestyle, what they think about in the future, what people in this region they will behave in the near future.
I see.
So not only that, they know they will see the collection of fabric that we select to present them in different texture,
I
and
see.
each group of them we group belong based on the idea of texture, structure of weaving,
I
and
see.
the color and the material difference.
I see. So basically, you will get to know the color trends,
Yes.
the fabric trends,
Yes.
and the ideas, and maybe the design maybe in 2018.
So the designer will learn how to use this trend in order to do the design work. So when they know the background of the story, so they get inspiration, they get the idea touching and the glossy, the matte and the weight of the product. So they think about the product.
I see. So how do you predict the trends in 2018? Like, what do you take into consideration to predict these trends?
First of all, we have to have a team, and this year quite special. We have professor from London, a design and fashion professor Ian Paget from
Okay.
Central St. Martin's to
see.
be the core person to initiate the concept. And then we invite top designers in Thailand to present the idea of what they see the future.
I see.
And we have a meeting with many association related to the fashion industry.
I see.
So they throw the idea into the round table,
I
and we
see.
group together the idea, separate the idea, and take it into the symbol. Find the symbol, what the texture, what the structure, what the color that represent that symbol.
I see. So everyone's like throwing in ideas, and then
Yes.
you pick what is, let's say, okay with everybody, and then
Yes.
make it that trend. I see. Well, we take a quick break here, and when we come back, we'll talk more about the different sections in the exhibition. Welcome back to the program. So earlier in our first break, you already mentioned that there is 4 sections catered to different lifestyles. So can you tell us a little bit more in detail about the lifestyles that has been created in the forum?
Yes, we focus in different lifestyle in order to target different attitude of
Okay.
people. And the first attitude that we thinking about is the nostalgia, which is we call Asia resonation.
I see.
So it means that people nowadays they're thinking about backward to the original idea. They're thinking about their heritage, and their heritage is quite, how to say, very proud. They want to present themselves in the world, and Asia is the focus of the world now.
I see.
Every economy and wealth and health and well-being, everything come to Asia, and
Yes.
Asia is the original of everything. So we bringing out the idea of being Asia, how to proud themselves, how to present ourselves to the world.
I
So
see.
we're looking for the craft, the technique, and the heritage of textile.
I see.
Yeah.
And this is only in Thailand.
No,
the
no,
heritage.
the heritage of Thailand as the focus, of course, but the Asia is quite mixed of
Yeah.
culture.
Yeah.
So we have a mixture of neighborhood as well.
I see. Because now I've seen that the trend now is like a kimono jacket.
Yes,
and
yes,
it's a
correct.
very Asian
Yes,
style.
yes,
And even the tribal shirt, like from the north, it's becoming
Correct.
a trend
Yes,
right now as
yes,
well.
Yeah,
I see.
that's the first one. And the second one is the quite opposite of the first one. It's called ordinary East. It
Okay.
means that people who looking for themselves insightful, looking their spirit, their
Soul-wise.
soul, and Eastern people, they are very zen in nature.
Yeah,
They are very
definitely.
Buddhist in nature. So they're looking for something that very empty, quiet and
Minimal,
sensual,
maybe.
and their meditation themselves in, and then this kind of trend, we present something very unique from European,
Okay.
as we are quite ordinary. We're quite simple in texture and very East monochrome color.
I see. So what type of clothing is it like for this lifestyle? I cannot imagine at this point yet.
You have to erase every decoration from the Asian
Okay.
lifestyle into
Okay.
like a very plain kimono,
Okay.
very plain sarong,
I
and very
see.
easy way of draping ourselves.
Simple,
Simple.
basically, with simple colors, simple design.
color, simple texture, simple silhouette.
I see, I see.
And the third one is man-made utopia. Thai people and Asian people, they're thinking about fantasy as well. They want to travel to the world. They want to travel to the new culture, and they made up themselves with a new fantasy world. So they learn how to dress up fancy. They learn how to mix and match
Yes.
everything in their look. So this trend present very tropical, very how to say bold and rigid and very colorful.
I see. So it's more colors right
Color,
here.
talking about colors
I
and print
see.
and
I see.
technique as a bohemian style.
I
But it
see.
is an Asian bohemian style.
What is Asian bohemian style?
It's a kind of traveling.
It's like a long dress.
Long dress, free form, with a lot of print, mixed up between like how to say tie dye,
I see.
backpacker, but top up with some rope,
I see.
some high decoration,
I
with
see.
flower, with hair piece and things.
Okay, okay. And now I can see a picture right there. Okay.
Right. And the last one is generation art.
Okay.
And we prepare this trend for streetwear for people like a youngster, hipster who want to participate in the world of technology. So they use technology to learn how to be a new generation in the future.
I
So
see.
in the future, we predict that people not only rich, but they have to have a knowledge of art. They have to have a knowledge of technology.
I see.
They have to be a kind of future citizen. So this trend, we bring in a new kind of material, high technology and high functionality,
I
and very unique like fibers and texture as well.
I see. Apart from the fabric, what about the design? Is it the design different as well?
Yes, the design will be quite Asian, but futuristic Asian. We don't want to be European. We don't want to be Western. So we have to set up ourselves apart from them.
Keep our identity, basically.
Yes. That's why we start from the unique fabric, unique material, and then we bring in the original idea of how to dress differently from Western.
So how can the Asian people, let's say, dress differently from the European style or American style? Because we always see on TV, on series, on internet, how they dress up and we normally follow them. So how can we keep our Asian way but dress something similar to them but keep our identity?
Right. First of all, you have to know that physically we different from Western.
Yes, of
The
course.
proportion of body very different. The hip, the shoulder and waist very different. So the way to select the garment is have to be different.
I
And
see.
secondly, the climate. Very different. We are in the hot climate,
Yes.
so we enjoy color. We
Yeah.
enjoy the loose form,
Yeah.
wrap around,
Thin
thin fabric and free flow, air flow fabric that make us comfortable in the hot climate. And the last thing that very important is we have to learn how to dress subjectively. We have to learn how to dress individually.
I see.
But for Thai and Asian people, we quite conform to the society. So from now on to the future, the new generation, they have to dress different from others, but how to mix proportion of to keep up conform to others together with the different of other, which is very difficult.
It's like art,
Art
basically.
is a kind of art. We don't want new generation to dress as a trend. We don't want them to follow the fashion trend throughout the total look, but they have to add their own identity,
Yes.
their flavor, the flavor of Asia, the color of Asia, the texture and silhouette of Asia.
Yeah.
So we will be different.
Of course, they have to create their own identity.
Yes.
Otherwise, everybody will just look the same,
Yes.
and there is nothing unique anymore.
Yes.
Well, now we take a quick break here, and then when we come back, we'll talk more. Welcome back to the program. So now we've entered our last break here. In our second break, we already talked about the different sections of the exhibition. And since it's already been held, I'm sure that there were a lot of people who attended the forum as well. What was their feedback?
Oh, they're quite positive feedback. In particular, the buyers who come to the Style Fair Bangkok and entering the BIFF BIL fair. So they will start buying the product from the material
I
from
see.
this exhibition.
I
So they
see.
come and learn that what the fabric they want, the material they want. They start from this.
I see.
For each of the fabric, we label with a hang tag to say that which company produced this, what fiber content, what kind of material, what kind of category,
Full detail.
and full detail, what's the boot number, so buyers can know that where they can find it in the
I see.
fair.
So how many material approximately did you put up on show?
Each trend we have more than 20 materials,
That's quite
and
a
we
lot.
separate the leathers into a different section. The kind a normal leather one collection,
I
and
see.
exotic leather another collection.
How is it different than the normal leather and exotic leather?
The normal is made from the cow leather,
okay.
but the exotic is made from like ostrich,
I see.
crocodile, and stingray, for example. So which very unique for Thailand as a producer to the world.
Definitely.
Yes.
Especially the crocodile right now in the
Yeah.
fashion industry. It's
Yes.
like, but because there's a farm now, I
Yes.
think it's quite easier to find crocodile skin right now as
Yes,
well.
yes.
I see.
And many might not know that we produce crocodile leather for the best brand in the world. If I say
I see.
produce here in Thailand.
I see. Well, that's a great achievement, actually.
Yes.
So, in terms of, let's talk about the material again. So, these materials are predicted to be the trends for 2018. So, what are the trends for 2018? Basically, what are the fabric types that will be a hit in 2018?
Right. As we separate the trend into four
Yeah.
categories, each category they have very unique textile presenting their theme. For example, like Asian resonation is a kind of fabric that have very shiny, very silky, very Asian favorite.
Like
For
silky
silk,
type.
yeah, very shiny, very glossy,
Yeah.
and high embroidery, something like
Like a
that.
kimono,
Yeah.
basically.
Yes, and the ordinary is the fabric is more eco product. It's more like natural cotton, natural linen, and kapok and pineapple mix
Oh,
with
okay.
banana
It's
fiber.
interesting.
Yes, it's a kind of exotic fiber that you cannot
Definitely.
find in Europe, but cannot buy from here in Thailand. Yes, and the third one is man-made utopia. You can find something like a hand-painted, like a tie-dye and the technique of hand-painted, like a printed from machine, but it's from hand do. Yes.
I see, I see.
And the last one, generation art, is more streetwear, it's more futuristic. So you can find functional textile
I see.
with very different technique.
I see.
Yes.
So I'm sure that each fabric has its own level of costing.
Yes.
So which would you say is the most expensive type of fabric?
Yes, the most expensive one is functional fabric, which is the future of Thai potential textile in the world. So we start to produce a lot more and more in this kind of category. Functional fabrics mean that the fabric with high technology, the fabric with some function, special function for how to say more comfortable for the special climate, for the particular function for bacteria killer, for things like that.
I see, I see. So that is harder because there is technology involved,
Yes,
right?
yes.
And it's more expensive.
Yes,
I
yes.
see. So what's the cheapest type
The,
of fabric?
the cheapest one is the thing that European cannot do. It's the kind of handcraft.
I
It's cheap because Thailand is, how to say, labor intensive, and we have every labor have their own skill, and the skill is expensive in value, but it is very cheap in cost.
I see, I see. And that makes it valuable, actually.
Valuable,
Not
yes.
in terms of money, but maybe in terms of, sentimental type of
Yes,
way. As
yes,
you feel
yes.
like you feel the heritage
Yes,
of that
of course, yes.
feeling and
Correct,
stuff. I
yes.
see. It's great indeed. So basically, people are not shopping right there, but they're looking around and see what they might be interested, and then they go to the company.
Right.
So how many do you know like some figures, like how many people have been approaching these companies already for the types of fabric that have been shown in the forum?
I know it's quite positive, and many of them respond very, very positive. I don't know the real figure, but every company who joined the Trend Forum, they said customer come to talk with them, and they want to cut the sample, make a swatch, and then quote the price, and then they deal it in the future. So it takes time for 3 months to make a deal.
I see. So, but at least that's a positive feedback.
Yes,
It means
yes.
that it's going on the right path.
Yes.
That is great indeed. So what about, you mentioned earlier in our first break that there are top designers here to, give them some input. What is their input about these type of fabrics? What do they think about it?
Right, they have different participation. The first thing is they bring in the idea, throw the idea, what will happen in the future, what the next movement for Asian population, and what is the most interested will occur in the calendar next year.
I see.
So we bring in that idea and categorize into different group, and then we find the symbol and make the symbol, create the symbol in order to find the matching of the texture of the fabric like this, and that each symbol represent the idea of what happened in the future.
I see. And this is for spring and summer 2018.
Correct, yes.
I see. So what about next year? Like BIFF BIL is every year, it's an annual event basically.
Yes.
So is there any plans for next year as well?
Yes, of course. We have to plan for the Trend Forum earlier, because it takes quite a long time to survey the idea.
How long does it take
It
to
takes
survey?
1 year in advance.
Full year?
Yes, one
Oh,
year
wow.
in advance. Yes, and we have to bring in the idea. We have to survey what is exactly happen next year. What the calendar that will how to say the base of the idea and the platform and the new coming designer. And
I
then we
see.
interview them. We ask them for the group interview.
I
And
see.
then the symbol will emerge,
I
and then
see.
we work with the textile factory and leather tannery to produce the future material.
Nice.
To,
That's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. It's a
Yeah.
long process.
Definitely. Well, out of my curiosity, I would like to know, like, is the trends in Thailand for spring and summer, let's say 2018, that you've predicted, is it different from European like trends into 2018 spring and summer?
Right. It's slightly different and not exactly the same.
Okay.
Because people still want to be part of the world fashion.
Definitely.
But at the same time, we have to produce, to supply the material that's suitable for Asian climate
I see.
and Asian fabric taste.
I see.
Yeah. So the idea that we want to be different from others, that's why we have to predict, to how to say, to forecast, to separate from others. So we make a collection of color,
I see.
a color scheme and texture that different from Western. Of course. Yes.
I see. Well, unfortunately, that's all the time we have. Thank you so much for coming in and sharing with us this information. ขอบคุณค่ะ
Thank you.
Fashion comes and goes, and it is ever evolving. Style changes all the time. The Biff and Bill 2017 curated forum tries to show its audiences and attendees some of the trends set for next year, whether it is in terms of style or technology. Customers today are now evolving into lifestyle choices and dynamic styles rather than buying the must-have of the season. They explore specific treatments and trends regarding their fashion experiences and cultural differences. And that is exactly what Biff and Bill 2017 curated forum Asian Expression has done. And that's all the time we have for this episode. Thank you for tuning in. See you again next time. สวัสดีค่ะ